This lesson is on Acadian Driftwood, a band song from their 1975 album Northern Lights, Southern Cross. And one of the trickiest parts of this song is figuring out what tuning it's in. There's all kinds of rumors on the net that it's in standard tuning with a capo, drop D tuning, double drop D, double drop with or without a capo, etc., etc. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's in open D tuning with a capo on the 3rd fret, which will make it the key of F. So an open D tuning from the 6th to the 1st string is D, A, D, F sharp, A, D. And then you capo it at the 3rd fret. Now I'll play through the introduction and then the verse and the chorus, and I'll stop and explain and demonstrate each one slowly. When I'm referring to fret positions, I'm going to pretend that the capo is the nut, so I'm going to call this here the 2nd fret rather than the 5th fret, which is what it actually is. Also, I'm probably not going to refer to too many chord names. I'll refer to some, but there's a lot of really funky chord voicings in this song, and I'm not so sure it's really worth trying to name them. If there's a key component of the chord, I'll try and point to that and play it, because you can hear some interesting chords on the CD or on the track, and it's helpful to try and figure out how to voice those chords. But anyway, I'm not going to get too hung up on chord names. So here's the introduction. Actually, I'll zoom in a little bit. Okay, here's the introduction. Okay, what you're doing here is through this whole introduction, I think I'm holding down my 3rd string 1st fret, okay? And then you go, whoops, okay, playing and hammering on the 5th string 2nd fret. Then you play the 3rd and 4th strings together. I use an upstroke to do that. Okay, hammer on, pull off, 4th string 2nd fret. Okay, and then you end on the 6th string 2nd fret, pulling up, and or bending up, I mean, and then releasing and then playing it open. Okay. Okay, so the next part, after he does that, then he's kind of playing through an open D chord. You can take all your fingers off the fretboard briefly. But instead of strumming through it, he plays the 6th string, 5th string, and then an upstroke from the 1st string. You can hit a couple strings there. Okay, and then back to the 6th string. Okay. Then he plays this chord, which is just your 1st fret, 3rd string, 2nd fret, 4th string. And that's some kind of an A7 with a sustained 4th, I think. There's no 3rd in that. It's confusing. I think it's an A7 sus4, but it doesn't have the 3rd in the chord, so I don't know what that means. Back to the open D, and he often uses this open D on the 6th string. He often comes back to that. Then he adds the 3rd in that same A7 sus4, and that's right here on the 2nd string 4th fret. Okay, now the chord that he's moving to here, it is in fact an E minor 7 chord. I'm going to tell you how it's fingered. You got 6th string 2nd fret, 4th string 2nd fret, 3rd string 1st fret, 2nd string 2nd fret. It's kind of shaped a little bit like a B7 chord, a little bit different, but if you're in standard tuning. But that's the idea. back to the open D. Okay. So let me just play that. Okay, and then you do this little lick it. Okay, and that's a lick that he's often doing in different parts of the song, or variations on that lick. So I might as well play through some of them now. He'll go, or he'll play both the third and fourth string, or like that. All these kind of licks, okay? You're going to hear them through the song, typically at the end of a verse or just before the second half of the verse and this kind of stuff, and they really add a lot to the song. So anyway, there's the intro. Okay, he plays that twice, and then he goes into the verse. Now the verse begins with an open D, but it's not voiced, or it begins with a D, but it's not voiced open. There's your open D, which of course is an F actually because of the capo. What he's doing is he's voicing it a little higher. You can hear that, and you can do that by playing the first string 4th fret, or fretting the first string 4th fret, second string 5th fret, third string 3rd fret. Okay, so that's what. And then you can hear they kind of every once in a while he'll strum it, and then he'll play the open first and or 6th string. Okay, so I'll go like this. Then you slide up. It was really I'm not entirely sure what this chord is. I think it's an A6th because it's got the F sharp here. Somewhere there's an F sharp here. Yeah, this is the F sharp right here. And that's the 6th of an A. Anyway, it's like this. Okay. The way I play it is I bar across the first 3 strings at the 7th fret from the capo. Then fret the 2nd string at the 9th fret. And I'm damping the 4th string. Not playing the 6th string, but playing the 5th string.